Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Northern Farms. Today's reveal, we're going to be looking in a little bit more detail at Moor Farm. And, well, we start where currently you would start on any game save. This is the loading point for Moor Farms and also for the game. And, well, this is the main farmhouse. Now, I don't do farmhouse modeling. It's not really my thing, but that is the farmhouse there. Pretty much true to form to the real-life farm. You got a garage there, and you got a little paddock around the back there you can get into as well. String of cottages along the side of the road here as well, and also a huge big equestrian center here. Now, this is not quite this big in real life, but you know it's there anyway, so it's there. Pretty straightforward. All this land is yours from the get-go, and you do get quite a few fields that we'll have a look into as well at a later date. But what we're going to do is just take the ATV here. We're going to drive on up through to the yard. Like I say, another big house here. That was the original farmhouse there, and then the stables are in there. You access the horse field through that gate there, and there's a little gateway to the left. You're coming up through towards the farm though. You got the chickens on your right. Next to the chickens here, you have the back of the garden there as well. So in theory, you could get yourself through that way as well, but a little bit of a garden through there. A few small things I need to change here. Obviously, you got your diesel tank that you can fill that one up, and you can use that to fill up your machines as you come on in. And then we're going to just come through here. Now, for the chickens as well, it's worth pointing out that your eggs will spawn around about there, and you'll be able to come in there and pick them up. On our left here is the milk tank for the dairy cattle, and that has a trigger here, so you can just come in and collect that without any issues or concerns. And we're just going to swing around into the main yard here for right now. And what we'll probably do is just stick this here. This is the feeding passage for the cattle. This is big enough to get any wagon you want down here. Somebody asked in the comments from the last video as well if I'd be looking to add silage as the main feed for the cattle like you can on other maps. And the answer to that is yes, that will be an idea. Definitely going to look to do that. Now, with all these yards, I've tried to keep them as true to real life as I can, but there are things that you have to add in for gameplay and reasons and needs. This building was here, but we've transformed this into a cattle shed. The silage pit was not here, but again, you need a silage pit to be able to really provide all the different gameplay options. Collisions are in place for this one. That's unfortunately as far as it will seal up. That's a gameplay aesthetic, I suppose. But it's in and it's working, which is great to see. A few more spare tires down the back there if you need them as well. You got a Dutch barn to store your bales in if you want to, and also spare bits of machinery. And then coming around here, you got another barn. This was a straw shed, really, but you can use this for machinery as well. It's tucked out of the way. Now this shed here is a bit of an addition, but because I felt like there just wasn't enough storage space here, this one fits. This is your machine shed come workshop. So you got nice space in here to stick any of your bits and pieces that you may need in here, and your different bits of machinery. So you got this is all of our starting gear that you will have when you start a game as a new farmer here. So all this will be here. We come along and we shut that door, and then we open this one. Up goes the roller shutter and into our little workshop here, really. So this is just a nice little workshop that you can use to get things going and you know, put around in there. And out you come. Big old shed here. This was a bale shed, machine shed, a bit of everything really, and it can be used for exactly the same. Lots of height in here as well, so you can get bales stacked up nice and highly, or nice and high there, and be able to get everything under one roof. And that is the main part of the yard really. It's nice and straightforward. Your cattle shed here are 3 bays. This is going to be where your muck's going to spawn in, so you can find that nice and quickly and be able to load it out from there, tip it into a spreader or a trailer and get rid nice and quickly. Like I say, yeah, your cattle bay is quite nice and simple here. Plenty of space in here. I believe you can get 100 in here. No, we got 120, so it must be 160, I think. So more than enough, more than you would ever get in real life, but plenty to be able to have a good barn. And I wanted to make this look a little bit more run down, a little bit more rustic. It's an old building that's been adapted. It's got an asbestos roof on there, and it's, you know, it's not really practical, but it's doing a job. Much like this one, this was a very old building which was a bit run down, but I thought I'd make this as basic as possible, which is why it kind of looks like it does. That was intentional. I just want to make it look a bit cobbled together, really. But yeah, everything around here will work, and it's going to do a great job. There's lots of clutter around here to try and make it look like an old used farm. This Dutch barn, for example, is surrounded by clutter, but you can still use it. You come around here, this is your water trigger here, so you can fill it with water for any of your livestock needs here. And then of course you got your gate into the sheep pasture right here. Coming around the side of the Dutch barn is always a tight little track down here. And then you got a little bit of a loading area, turn circle. You'd often use this to load and unload bales if you needed to. This is in here. Again, it's a bit tight. If you have a small enough loader, you can use this to your advantage. But you can store things down here like bales of hay for your sheep perhaps. Or pallets of wool as well. Your wool will be spawning from here. So you'll be able to get them from here and stick them straight in there out the way if you need to. But plenty of space to use to your advantage. This, of course, is the sheep shed. This is the newest shed on the building. And this was... Oof. Good lord. That is probably still 20 years old. If not... No, it'd be much more than that now. Actually, it'll probably be about nearly 30 years old, I would say. 25 years. Anyway, this is in place here. And like I say, you can use this one to put everything in that you need to. And then your sheep are all working from the pasture in the back here. Your 2 feed locations are out here as well. This field that you're in, this grass field, the grass field over there, come with the buildings, with the farm, as do the 2 out to the front. Out about here there. So this one here and the one over there come with the farm, and you can add more on over time if you really need to. What will be hopefully changing as we get on and we start to continue to tweak things, I would like to add programmable lights on here, so you can tweak those as and when you want to add in a little bit more detail. But what we're going to do now as well is just take a bit of a drive around some of the scenery around and about here. We did a drive through this yard very quickly when we were looking at the tracks and the off-road tracks that you can go on. Now that will go, if you take the road to our left here, that track will take you all the way through to the other farm that we previewed in last week's video. Go and check that video out if you haven't already. That will take you all the way through to South Healy. However, we're going to go the other way today as the hot air balloon is up there and having a great time. Look, come out of the yard, past all the houses and the cottages here, and we're just going to show you what's on the other side of here as well. Like I say, all land that you can buy in the area. To get to the village of Bellum, you will be taking a right turn at this road here, and that will take you all the way down to where you need to go. But what we're going to do is just scoot through here. About car. Open up the gate. And then there's a few little things dotted around this map that give a little bit of extra detail, really. And this is going to be one of them as we come through this track here. There's no little shed here, which isn't very good for anything, but it's there, a sign of days gone by, perhaps. And we'll just probably drive through here. That gate doesn't lead to anywhere, but it's always a... You know, I've put a few of those in where if I want to, at some point in time, maybe there's an opportunity to extend the farm out, and that might be one of the ways that we extend. But we'll come around here, around the side of this ploughed in field, and then you got a little bit of a wildlife area down here, really. There's an old lake down here. I did think about putting some benches in, that kind of thing, but a little bit of a lake here, just to have something different, and something you could look at when you combine this field, for example, which is always a nice little touch to have. But yeah, it's a little bit different. And this is Moor Farm. This is the second large farm on the map. This is the second large mixed farm. There is one more big yard on here, which is an arable yard, and then there's one more yard, which is just solely livestock, and it's a pig yard. And we'll be having a look into those as well as we progress there. But that's a little bit of a tour around this yard. Let me know what you think, and let me know once you've watched both these videos which one you'd prefer to start your yard at. I have an idea. I know which one most people would like. This yard probably has a little bit more to it from a sentimentality standpoint for myself. This is why I've started this here. But I'm always intrigued and open to hear what you might be thinking. So let us know down below. Drop a comment. Let me know which one you'd like, either South Healy or Moor Farm. And we'll review that. We can chat about that in either the next live stream or on the next video. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching as always. I've been Simulation for the Nation. If you like this map and you're looking forward to it, drop a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and we'll see you all in the next one. Till then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing, and we'll catch you later.